3 weeks later.
Breakfast has been served. I'm certainly not going to be the person that will tell you if this particular breakfast is from the she side or from the he side. But Misha knows so well that this particular breakfast is well prepared, freshly baked, and so well parboiled.
That you're wrong. Admit that you're wrong. That is the first step. Admit that you're wrong. Then how do we now work around this? It's a simple thing.
I cannot admit to anything wrong.
Okay, so you cannot admit to anything.
I cannot.
I have also noticed that the Groovy ship has been struggling with some storm when they are just trying to sail. Now, so the storm, when they make them, should we sail or should we capsize? I'm talking about Groovy and Phyna. So yesterday morning, when they wake up, it be like say it's not like other morning that if they wake up, Groovy just try to ask Phyna, how are we going to eat? And try to massage Phyna. Now, towards the afternoon time, when they were almost done with their normal Friday wager tax, now so Phyna couldn't drink. She was just gradually immersing herself in alcohol. The next thing, she started conversing with the other housemate. I overheard Phyna saying that if she ever gets a real boyfriend, ha! Now, so she's another housemate. When they asked Phyna, no very so, waiting Groovy come be. Immediately, Groovy was like, the housemate should just ignore Phyna. And Phyna is just speaking under the influence of alcohol. Phyna rather continued saying that Groovy is not paying the right attention to her. Saying that when she don't shop food finish, that's when Groovy will remember to ask her if she's hungry. And if she don't wash all her clothes finish, that's when Groovy will come and ask her, I beg, are you going to wash clothes today? And to just make the entire matter worse, say Groovy don't already tell and say, Edo girls are not just good for marriage. That it is only Anambra women that are marriage material. Now Groovy can tell and say, I never said that too. And you're definitely going to apologize for this. Phyna tell and say, if I apologize, make I bend. Now I can tell and say, I'm certainly not going to sleep on the bed today. I'm going to sleep on the floor. Now Phyna can tell and say, Flo said even better, why not just try to sleep on the couch for lounge? Make cool, no can catch you.
You remember, people were looking at me asking me questions like, what do you do, Phyna? Oh, this is so nice, so you did do blah, blah, blah. I was like, don't mind that she's high. And I know when you're actually saying something from your mind.
They all now moved to the arena for their usual Friday tax. Immediately they just return. While Hermes is just trying to fight with Brian and every other housemate, now Sophina can't carry herself, just go garden. This is the particular video clip that just to watch now. She's just trying to just ruminate over everything that has happened, or whether she's just still battling with the alcohol that is in her body system. I was just expecting Groovy to just go and meet his girlfriend, Elias. Groovy decided to use this opportunity to just have a talk with Daniela while both of them are sitting at the lounge.
Why would Daniela say something like this? Why would she say something like this?
Groovy is just laying complaints of all these battles that he has been facing in his relationship with Phyna to Daniela. And the only point that I picked from whatever Groovy is just telling Daniela has to do with the fact that Groovy is already tracing some traits of beauty in Phyna. And that particular trait has to do with the fact that Phyna is already gulping alcohol the way beauty used to do. And that he is scared that if Phyna continue drinking like this, then it's going to bring out that same character that beauty displayed. They had a lot of discussions, and also Groovy now inquired from Daniela what to do next. Daniela advised Groovy. Guess what? Groovy Kuma Waka, they look for 1 or 2 things to do. It was later, like almost 2 hours. So now I can't go meet Phyna for garden.
I mentioned the beauty things because of the fact that I'm speaking on this alcohol.
Yeah, you're speaking on this, bro. Don't
allow me to land. Are you going to allow me to land?
I will not allow you land. Don't compare me.
The summary of this back and forth argument has to do with the fact that Groovy is now saying that there are lots of things that Phyna is doing that he is not happy with. And Phyna is now saying that Groovy has already changed his character towards him. And Groovy is saying that the way you drink alcohol, I don't like it. Phyna countered and said that she has already stopped doing alcohol ever since they started dating. That the normal her loves to take alcohol. That outside this house, Phyna said, and I quote, that she always has something in her hand, that she always sip alcohol week in, week out, like every second, minute, hours, that she always has something to sip. But because she just tried to respect Groovy, like it's only 2 times that Phyna disobeyed Groovy after Groovy just gave her order not to drink, but she just went ahead to drink because she's already battling with the fact that she cannot just stay without alcohol, that this is her person. In fact, as I talk this particular thing, I will just try to insert all the video clips of how they were just doing their back and forth forth argument as an evidence. Some of their complaint too much. It be like say I want carry toothpick when they remove something from my teeth. Una go come think say I don't follow them, can't eat this particular breakfast. I beg, make I quickly say welcome to another impromptu segment of analytic analysis of BBNAIJA season 7 level up with a Fista. Let's continue with this particular video clip.
It's as simple as ABC. Going to the fuck with my head right now. Like, everything is messing in my head.
Nah, it's not messing you, it's just a very fucked up
If
thing.
you can't
Groovy don't go selling dog. Use the money where you make from selling the dog to purchase monkey. Now they still have the same sitting position. What I'm trying to say is in my dialect, they say only because monkey and dog used to have the same sitting position. So there is no difference. We all know already, say this particular relationship can't get care leg. It was just wigoro. Now so the thing can't start. We go no say if you are very observant all this time that Phyna and Groovy has been dating, you go no say it's still one-sided. That Groovy is just battling to just make sure that he is in this particular relationship, and I felt it's basically because Phyna is just cooking for Groovy. So Groovy is already getting tired. And if you also notice that ever since they merged them, Groovy still wanted Chumsy. And as Groovy can't notice, say there is no chances again for where Chumsy is, because the way which ship of Elo Swag and Chumsy is selling, Groovy has lost the whole chance. So the thing is already affecting him, and he has been battling to see the way he go take just get rid of Phyna. So now when they complain, now say he no like the fact say Phyna too they drink, and when Phyna too they drink, say the thing when they affect the way she talk they behave.
behave somehow now, but it's fine if you don't see it. I'm fucking different from that girl. Don't compare me.
Immediately Phyna flared up. I was like, why you they compare me with Beauty now? Have I ever flinged my wig at you? Have I ever destroyed my microphone? Why you they compare me with Beauty? Groovy was like, in this particular context has to do with the fact that the way you they consume alcohol, I don't like it. Phyna was like, no matter the kind of alcohol that I have in my body system, that I'm always in control of it. Now in Groovy can't talk what you supposed to talk for public in general. Say Phyna don't already fall for bathroom. And Phyna was like, even if I don't fall for bathroom, I did not even go beyond that. And Groovy was like, if you don't want it to graduate from you just going physical and doing more, they just have to desist from drinking alcohol. Phyna insisted that she can never, ever stop taking alcohol, that this is just part of herself, and she cannot just stop it because she's in a relationship with Groovy. I bet Groovy is already tired. And if we all have noticed, Groovy has never, ever been into this particular relationship. He has been battling. And trust me, Phyna has been battling too, to just make sure that this particular ship sell. And now be like say she can complain, because if she has done this earlier on when Amaka has been in the show, she knows that Amaka couldn't have just wait to just have a good laugh about this particular relationship. And she just has been holding on. But I say Amaka don't come out now, it be like say she just have to just say it the way it is. But you should understand, like they say though, say the broom when they take sweep the first wife come out is actually waiting for the second wife. You go no say na snatching, you take collect this Groovy. You know say this thing no go fit work. Because the point is this, a man is supposed to be the one that do the chasing. Just look at what is happening between Elo Swag and Chumsy.
Very okay. It's just for me to also readjust. The thing not hard pass like that. Like,
the argument is just intensifying, and Groovy was like, just admit that you are wrong. If you admit that you are at fault, then we'll just see how we're just going to analyze everything moving forward. Even Kyle, they won't come keep the camera for their front. Notice that they are not going to even analyze this situation, because if you like say, Kyle, they can't wait the way why they wait. Maybe at the end of the day, they are going to lock their lips in reconciliation. It no happen. Kyle, they carry camera, go enter inside. Come meet Daniela, Allison discussing.
He's my guy, but at the same time you understand that you cannot let yourself miss the reason why you are here. Because the person, even if he fucks up, get your head straight.
Now, Daniela is narrating to Allison and Elo Swag. Say Groovy can't tell and say Phyna tell Groovy. Say Daniela has been telling Phyna a lot of things. Of course, now Daniela says she just have to deny it. And why Daniela is just trying to cancel Groovy on how this is the opportunity for him to step back if he knows it, he is not into Phyna again. And Daniela started narrating everything that transpired on how this particular relationship of Phyna and Groovy started. We all know now how this particular relationship between Phyna and Groovy takes start now. Even Ebuka Kukuma asked Phyna on Sunday, say, how do you graduate from being an advisor in a relationship that is happening between Groovy and Beauty to just replacing Beauty? And Phyna explained her own side of the story. Now Daniela is saying that Phyna has told her, Daniela, countless times that whatever that is happening between her, Phyna and Groovy is just vibes, that there's nothing more to that.
Beauty leaves. Amaka tells you, I like Groovy. You go to tell Groovy that Amaka likes you, and then you start making past that Groovy. You and Groovy now become a thing.
Truth is now coming out. Shebuna don't hear Daniela now saying that Amaka actually sent Phyna to go and speak to Groovy about have feelings towards Groovy. How did we know? That means Groovy has already confided in Daniela that Phyna was the one that asked him out, and that was how whatever they are doing started. Una don't hear this one. Groovy said to Daniela that Phyna was making passes at him instead of telling him that Amaka actually wants him. Now Daniela talk more ahead. Now so they can begin start this thing where they can't do.
And you're getting worked up about when you go upstairs about making me have mood for somebody. I was like, what are you saying here? If I didn't, if you were still here, would you be an option?
Make una get una pen and jotter, because Daniela is literally just exposing all the secrets that we don't even know. Now, Daniela is also saying that that particular day that Big Brother swapped Deji and Groovy, that while Groovy was just getting ready to go upstairs, that Phyna was just crying like a young widow. Daniela was like, why you can't cry like this? Now, not be upstairs, Groovy can't go. If there is any tax at the arena, they say you go still see Groovy. What is wrong with you? Phyna's established fear here is that she does not want any girl from the former level 1 to just snatch Groovy from her, the way she snatched Groovy from Beauty and Amaka. This is where the introduction of the fact that Phyna actually sent Amaka to go and tell the level 1 girls via Chichi that she and Groovy is now dating, so that the entire level 1 girls to just step back. Una see how this matter takes start. And that is how Amaka now went to tell Chichi. Chichi now went to announce everything to Bella. Bella now have to go and add pepper, crayfish and Maggie. Can't tell Chomzi. Chomzi Kukuma can't tell Groovy, because that same night after Saturday Night Club, Groovy Kukuma can't toast Chomzi. Now Chomzi can't tell and say, but I hear say you and Phyna don't already date. So tell una don't do 1 or 2 under the duvet. Una don't see how this matter can't take escalate now, because Daniela is now speaking the truth.
One reason why they have issues like that and Beauty got there, she was in the middle of the thing too. Yes.
You were she like being
Insecure.
insecure.
By herself and said, Daniela, what me and Groovy have is just pure vibes.
The truth of the matter is this particular relationship between Groovy and Phyna has no established foundation. I will emphasize. We know say that Phyna has already said that it is in her to always ask a man out. Remember that Phyna was the one that approached Elo Swag. Now Daniela has exposed that Phyna was the one that even made passes at Groovy before they start this relationship. And if you are observant enough, you go no say certainly Groovy has never been into Phyna. That Groovy is just trying to manage or trying to protect Phyna in all of these things. And Groovy is already tired. Una go no say that it's Groovy that made passes on Beauty before they start this relationship. And Groovy also admired Chomzi. Therefore, the kind of woman that Groovy wants or likes is this kind of classy woman that less talk but put in more action. And just like Chad said, that no man can love a woman who they shout who they. So what we're trying to say is that Phyna might be too rash for Groovy. Remember, there was a particular time that Phyna even said that Groovy danced all these good dances with other girls, but when he reached her turn, say you can't they dance leg walk with them. So when I go notice that Groovy is just too tired for this particular relationship. I felt this is the greatest opportunity that Groovy needs for her to just walk out from this particular relationship, because it is certainly not what he wants.
Shout, I don't get straight for this one. Before you don't compare me to person maybe say on the mouth. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not much.
Phyna Nation are now defending their queen on the street of Twitter, saying that Phyna was the one that served the breakfast. Say Phyna don't choose Guinness stout over Groovy. If una want talk truth, una go no say it don't take where they serve on a queen a breakfast. But she's just realizing this night, and now she's just trying to use the Guinness stout as a rebound again. Now do rush to the comment section and do share your opinion with me. Do you all think that Groovy is already tired of constantly kissing the alcoholic mouth of Phyna? And how do you think that Phyna is going to carry on after being served breakfast back to back from 2 different guys in the same house? And do you think that she's going to definitely go for the 3rd guy? Or do you think that Phyna should just utilize this particular opportunity for her to gather herself and just get back in the game? Just like she stated outrightly in the garden that all she needed to herself is just a day or 2, and she's definitely going to be fine. I beg you, as you do drop your comment, just be strategic and diplomatic with it too. If you insult me, I go insult you back. Ha! Now wow, 1 woman, 2 breakfast and so the thing they be. In fact, the only thing that I learned from all this is make I not gonna be the first person to toast a man because the end no they too good. I beg, if this is the first ever time that you are coming across my channel, please do not exit this particular video without publicly promoting and publicizing my channel by simply clicking on the red icon down below to subscribe to my channel, and also do endeavor to turn on the notification bell that is right beside the subscribe button, so that you don't miss out anytime that I upload any intriguing, entertaining, fresh, impromptu segment of analytic analysis of Big Brother NAIJA Season 7 Level Up with Ifista. Thank you guys so much for watching, and